Hello everyone, I am Dilpreet Kaur and this is the video lecture for class 6 of science on chapter Changes Around Us. In the previous video lecture, we have studied about reversible and irreversible changes with the help of few examples. Now, in this lecture, we will be studying about expansion and contraction. So now proceeding further, let us discuss about the process of expansion. You must have seen the tools that are used to dig the soil like spade, spading fork, axe, etc. You must have observed that the iron blade of the tools like axe has a ring in which the wooden handle is fixed. Normally, the ring is smaller in size than the wooden handle. Now the question is, then how the wooden handle is fixed into the ring? So, to fix the handle, the ring of the iron blade is heated, which allows the ring to expand, that is, becomes larger in size, and thus the wooden handle easily fits into the ring. So we can define the process of expansion now. Some materials, they expand on heating, that is, become larger in size, and this process is known as expansion. And when the ring it cools down, it contracts and fits tightly onto the handle. So we can say that the materials they contract or become tight on cooling. So we can say that cooling causes materials to contract, and this is called as contraction. So we can say that heating makes the material to expand or become loose, and the process is known as expansion, while the cooling makes the material to contract or to become tight, and the process is called as contraction. The process of expansion and contraction are also used for fixing the metal rim on a wooden wheel of a cart. Metal rim is made slightly smaller than the wooden wheel. So on heating, the rim expands, that is, increase in size and fits onto the wheel. Cold water is then poured over the rim, which contracts and fits tightly on the wheel. Now let us study about the process of melting. We have noticed melting of ice. When ice melts, it changes into water. But what kind of a change is melting of ice? It is a reversible change, because the water can be converted back into ice by simply freezing it. And we can define that melting is a process that causes a substance to change from a solid to a liquid. You must have observed that when we heat water in a pan continuously, the quantity of water in the pan begins to decrease. Students, this is example of a change known as evaporation. So how can we define the process of evaporation? On heating, when the water changes into the water vapor, this is known as evaporation. Now there is a cloud question, that is, Bhujo has often noticed that road construction workers heat a black material for repairing a road. He wants to know whether the change caused in the tar by heating can be reversed. Let's answer this question. When a coal tar is heated, it melts to form a thick dark liquid, and again it solidifies on cooling. Hence, the melting of coal tar is a reversible change. Now let us observe some more changes, and for this we will be discussing activity 7. So for this activity, take a candle and measure its length with the scale and fix it at a suitable place and light it. Let it burn for some time. Now blow out the candle and measure its length again. The question here is, can the change in the length of the candle can be reversed? And the answer is simply no. We cannot reverse the length of the candle once it is burnt. But my next question is, that if we were to take wax in a pan and heat it, can this change be reversed? Answer is yes, it can be reversed, as when wax is heated, it gets melted, but on cooling down, it will again come to its wax form. So this change is the reversible change. Now let us take an example of incense stick. When incense stick burns, it produces ash and some gases. We cannot see the gases, but we can sense them due to their pleasant smell. But can we get incense stick back from the ash? The answer is no, we cannot. So it is a irreversible change. And same is in the case of a matchstick which we use to burn the candle, and it cannot be reversed back to its original form once we have burnt it. So again, this is an example of irreversible change. Now students, changes also occur when two or more substances are mixed together. When we put salt in the water, the salt gets mixed with the water. And you know that this change, it can be reversed. So it is an example of a reversible change. And it can be reversed with the process of evaporation. And you should know that by the process of evaporation only, the salt is obtained from the seawater. Seawater contains large amount of common salt. Near the seashore, seawater is collected in the shallow pits and allowed to evaporate in sunshine. In a few days, water evaporates, leaving behind salt. The salt so obtained is collected and transported to the factories, where it is purified and packed for consumption. So we can say that by evaporation, the salt can be separated from the water, and this is a reversible change. We all know that to make a curd, a small amount of curd is added to warm milk, and in few hours, the milk, it changes into the curd. Is it possible to reverse this change? No. The making of curd from the milk, it is an example of irreversible change. So, we studied that many changes takes place around us. Some of these changes can be reversed, while the others, they cannot be reversed. There are also changes that occur when the temperature of a substance is increased or decreased. I hope you have understood these concepts. Take care. Thank you.